I think he is right there, though, Lampard. Visiting teams do not get decisions at Anfield. They've become the new Man United in many ways, and it's quite astonishing to see. And I'm not quite sure what's going on with that, and I've said it many times before, Liverpool are just an incredibly lucky side. They work hard for their luck. They do get a huge... I mean, how lucky is it that wasn't a penalty yesterday? That is nothing. There's nothing that they can control about that decision. You know, if he points to the spot, VAR aren't overturning that. No. And that's a penalty to Everton, and they're probably going to take the lead with that penalty as well. And then what? It's going to be... I mean, you thought it was a low block before. It'd
be plenty of wasting time then, if they go 1-0 up.
Absolutely. So that's pure luck, I'm afraid, whether Liverpool fans like it or not. They're brilliant, but they're lucky as well. And the two combined could lead to a quadruple.
Top side. Absolutely top side. I mean, I love Jurgen Klopp as well. Do you see him before the game when he looks at the opposition, how they're warming up? It's brilliant. Halfway line.
He's always done that,
He's always looking to see. He might just see something. He's a little bit slower there.
I think it unnerves the opponent as well. I think there's a little bit of that. James, a Liverpool fan, what do you want to say? James, you're on talkSPORT.
Hi, Adrian. Hi, Ray.
How you doing, James?
So, just a quick one. I kind of agree. I'm a Liverpool fan. I was at the game yesterday with a family member, and I just wanted to comment on Anthony Gordon. And I think he's a good player, and I think he's probably been Everton's best player this season. And I know Danny Murphy was on this morning, and he said exactly the same. But when the challenge from Matip happened, I immediately looked to my uncle and said, "That's a penalty." And my uncle said exactly the same. It's a penalty. The only thing is, though, with Gordon, he got booked in the first half for going to ground. And I said before the game even started, watch out for Gordon. Good player, but he's notoriously going down. And he did it a few times during the game. So the referees obviously saw the incident with Matip, and he's just given no sympathy. And we've had this in the past with some of our players as well. A few years ago, we had it with Suarez. He was getting no sympathy from refs, even when it should have been penalties or free kicks. And probably more recently with Salah. And that's the danger. If I was an Evertonian, I'd be a bit worried about Gordon, because he's going to be a really good player and competitive player for them. But he's got this reputation, or he's growing a reputation, an unwanted reputation of going to ground too easily. But I did think yesterday the Matip foul was a penalty.
I certainly agree with you, James. People do get reputations in football. I can name one at Arsenal, Xhaka. He gets booked every single week. He does some stupid things, but people know that he does go in late sometimes, and So James might be getting that, which I hope he isn't, because he is a super player, isn't he, Anthony Gordon? The way he runs with the ball, and he's very, very direct, and I mean, but from I wasn't at the stadium, but from my TV when we saw the replay, for me, it's got to be a penalty. I don't know how they don't look at that.
James, thanks for that call, and I'm glad you pointed out that Liverpool players have done this in the past. Mo Salah, and I think they usually got the decisions when Mo Salah went down, and they were questioned afterwards, but. Anthony Gordon, I thought the first one was not a penalty, but I did think that it was a coming together, not a foul at all. But I don't necessarily think it was a dive. So I thought the yellow card was quite harsh. But with the second one, for me, it's a clear penalty. But if his reputation's gone before him, then that's something only he can turn around.
The Arsenal game, Manchester United. Did you manage to see it when Elanga got across?
Yes, yeah.
And there wasn't not a lot of contact though. He went down, and he was desperate for a penalty. But
again,
they waved that away.
I heard somebody say about that that's a player's. He's only run across him so he can get the penalty. Well, actually, it's still going to be a penalty. It's up to the defender.
It looked like he tried to hold himself back though. He wasn't, because I was going, no, please don't tackle, because it's going to be a penalty.
Sneaky defenders can be though. I look like I'm holding back, but actually I'm tripping him up. Let's speak to. By the way, I've been told that Elvis Costello's a Tranmere Rovers fan. There you go. That's if you are from Liverpool or live in Liverpool, then the best thing to do is say you're a Tranmere fan, and then nobody's upset, are they? Tony's a Liverpool fan. How you doing, Tony?
Afternoon, mate. Hope you're well, mate.
Yeah, very well.
I was amazed to see Everton, go through 90 minutes with 17% possession of the ball in the derby. I don't think I've ever seen stats as bad as that. The game plan for them worked to a point in the first half, but that was never going to work throughout the whole 90 minutes. Never. As soon as Liverpool scored the first goal,
'Goal, that was the game over. Because
But hang on a minute, Tony. If they get the penalty and they score it, what happens? Because Liverpool are going to have to defend. They're 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 going to have to defend. Th What then?
Yeah, but there was no penalty, was there?
Yeah, but you know it was.
No, well, I don't think it was at all. I don't think it was
So
at
you
all.
wouldn't have screamed for it at the other end, no?
No, I agree with the referee. I think the referee, you always agree with the referee, don't you? But I think at the end of the day, you've always got to back the man in black, and I'm obviously backing the man in black. I think that's what we all should do, get behind the referees and, stop abusing them. But I think they're gone. Evertonians I know, they're all saying they're gone. That they haven't got the stomach for the fight. That's probably as good as it gets for them in terms of the way they're going to play. They have to roll the sleeves up. They couldn't lie down and get walked over by us. But they're not going to do it. They're gone.
We'll see. I tend to agree with you. I mean, I'm looking at the fixtures, looking at Burnley's revival. Leeds have got a difficult run in.
Yeah, Leeds have got a difficult one.
It's a big one for them tonight.
So that's a massive game tonight. If they can get all 3 points tonight, that does. They'll certainly be looking over their shoulders with Burnley's form at the moment. And I didn't see it coming. Did you, Burnley? 7 points out of 9?
No, absolutely not.
Amazing.
But then I didn't see Dyche getting sacked either when it happened. Very quickly, I've just been given a stat by our good friend Andy Townsend. Thanks, Andy. He's listening. He says it's a great show.
Oh, good.
I think he's typing. Not as good as when I'm doing it. But no, there you go. Liverpool haven't had a penalty awarded against them in any of their last 46 league matches. Longest active run for any Premier League side. The next, Man City, 24.
That's the top sides.
Extraordinary. And then Everton, 19. Amazingly enough. Fantastic. Listen, we were talking earlier about Ray Parlour turning down a move, even though there was more money involved. What a pro. What an honest pro.
No.
What a legend. This text says Stevie G turned down Chelsea for more money, Adrian. I mean, when you see fans of your club burning your shirt, I think that might be persuasive as well. I think there are other factors involved in that one.
talkSPORT Drive. Super opinionated sporting debate. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.